Okay, so you're at a party and your friend is acting a little too confident.
I'm a fucking 10.
What do? Because you can't tell him he's embarrassing himself, but you should tell him because that's what a good friend would do. But if you do tell him, that would hurt his feelings, and there's no point in being a good friend if you aren't friends. It's a fucking conundrum. Nobody knows what to do. Nobody wins except I lied. I figured it out. I figured out a way where you could tell your friend the truth, be a good friend, and not strain the relationship. The answer is at the end of the video. But how I got to the answer was because I was that overconfident friend. It takes one to know one. So I'm gonna spill the beans. I'll give you a big secret of theirs. People like myself fake their confidence for the validation of others. And does that not sound pathetic? Cause it is. It hurts my soul when I see those TikToks where that girl rates herself a 10. She knows she's not a 10. She's looking around, seeing if people are agreeing, and they aren't. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Faking it till you make it is bad advice. That's the entire video. Actually, horrible advice because it teaches you the wrong lesson. From my personal experience, insecurity does not feel good. It is crippling. Imagine seeing life and all the possibilities that you can do but won't do because I'm not good enough. I don't want to be viewed negatively. Motherfucker, for such a long time, I couldn't talk to that pretty girl, go to the gym. I couldn't raise my hand in the classroom because I was so insecure. And I am not a dumbass. I realize this. I am a fucking loser. This shit needs to change. So the plan was to open up the bottleneck of confidence because confidence was the thing preventing me from doing more. And if I could do more, I would be able to do even more after doing more. The snowball effect will start rolling. So I just have to open up that confidence bottleneck. How the fuck do I do that? I faked it till I made it. And it worked. It worked really well. People started treating me much better. I started making friends, doing everything that I couldn't do previously. And, people ask that stupid little question, oh my God, how are you so confident? I made it the fuck up. Life was genuinely awesome, but I learned the wrong lesson. This set me back months of progress. People didn't like me for who I was. They liked me for my persona. And because of that, I kept on getting positively, constantly reinforced that I shouldn't be myself and to keep up the persona. This is how simps and white knights are created, by the way. They seek validation from others and they keep on seeking that validation to the point where they learn the wrong lesson. Be more fake. And to get a little more depressing, we've all heard those stories where the 30-year-old has that midlife crisis. Oh, why am I doing this? I've never liked this. Why? Who am I? What do I do? Because all their lives, they've been living for their parents, their friends, societal expectations, and they never had room to learn who they were. And here's the thing, the lesson is so manipulative because you think you're on the right path. Everyone is telling you you're doing the right thing. Oh yes, men should wear dresses, yes. Yeah, my bad. That was a pretty bad example because I think Young Thug looks pretty cool in a dress, but Harry Styles did it for clout, so fuck him. And back to the topic. Your beliefs and opinions are based on your morality and principles. But once you start faking it, you'd have to adhere to society's expectations. So the moment society and your beliefs start to contradict, there will become a crossroad where you have to decide whether you live for others or for yourself. But because we learned the wrong lesson, every time you will live for others, and that is guaranteed to cause a midlife crisis, and I would assume you would want to skip that part. So for maximum efficiency, don't fake it till you make it. Have courage. Also, remember that time when I said confidence was the funnel preventing me from doing more? I lied. What? Kind of. Because I did believe that at that time when I was in high school, but not anymore. After I gave it some thought, people do things they're scared of all the fucking time. Imagine the soldier that gets dropped into the battlefield, and guess what? He's scared as shit. He thinks he's gonna die from a fucking stray bullet, and people will still fight for their country only on courage. And courage is the ability to do something that frightens one. You do not need confidence to do anything. All you need is courage. And I'm not shitting on confidence. Confidence is a nice thing to have. Just realize that you can't stumble upon it. You can't fake that confidence. The only way to gain real confidence is to do things that scare you. And you have to do it so many times that you build this fucking gigantic resume to the point where you cannot doubt yourself. Theoretically, I don't really know because, you know, I'm working on that gigantic resume, but I would assume so because being courageous versus pretending it is much more difficult. When you have to do things that takes courage, talking to that pretty girl, people think it's a one-time thing. It's not fucking over. Once you talk to that pretty girl, more doors open that also require more courage. Once you do something courageous, you have to do it again, but it requires even more courage. It's a never-ending cycle of effort, and that's okay because we get rewarded for it. It's fine, but just remember, we're not here for ourselves. The reason why you stuck through this entire video is to help your fucking friend out. So we're back at the party, and the guy's screaming, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a fucking 10. What do you do? What I would personally do is to agree, yeah, you're a 10, you're a 10. And then slowly bring the energy down. I say, oh, can I talk with you? Don't publicly embarrass him. You then guide him into the conversation and remain objective. Don't bring him down. You're not a fucking 10, you're ugly as shit. Stay objective. And also acknowledge his strengths, right? He might be an 8, he might be a 7, he might be a fucking 9, but he's definitely not a 10. And here's the thing, mid-conversation, read him. Understand where he's going, like what he's trying to say, because if someone does not want to change, it's a lost cause. Personally, if someone does not want to change, I don't help them because they don't want to change, and I don't give a fuck if they change. I just want them to be better, but I'm not going to. Anyway, if you're lucky, the person would agree. They, oh, maybe you're right, maybe you're right. This is where you go for the kill. You subtly, bitchfully challenge a few of their beliefs, and then you feed them the answers. Oh, you know, like, you are a pretty good-looking guy, right? I mean, your parents are also really rich, but you know, you don't really like that haircut. Insult them a little bit. That's what you're trying to do, but compliment them. Like, it's a compliment insult sandwich. Compliment, insults, or objective truths, and then compliment again. You feed them the answers and let them think they thought of it themselves. This is fucking key. You do not bluntly tell anyone anything. You let them think they thought of it themselves. This is where you fucking win, because remember, we're not here for recognition, credit. I'm the one that made you change. I'm the one that removed your fucking arrogance, you dumb bitch. No, we just want our friends to be better. So we're very subtle about our things, and we let them think that they're in control. Wow, I'm so self-aware. I'm so silly. I was so stupid back then. We're the ones that humbled them, but let them think about it, because it's not, we really don't want the credit. We really don't need the credit. We're not fucking therapists, psychologists, some bullshit. Watch my last video. It's technically a part 1 to this video. It's about how insecurity is awesome. And thank you for watching. Like, subscribe.